with us on STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and the Firecracker Press opened their doors in February of 2002, and since then they've produced some very cool work, from posters to stationery and from business cards to wedding invitations. I'm sure you've seen their art around town, and joining us from Firecracker Press is Eric Woods. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
So you started this business 12 years ago.
That's right.
And what was the inspiration, and how did you end up on Cherokee Street?
I started the business a little bit out of frustration. I was a graphic designer prior to starting the Firecracker Press, and never got the chance to get my hands dirty, really, in the graphic design world. A lot of behind the computer, air-conditioned office kind of settings,
Yeah.
And always had a real desire to make whatever it was that we were designing, and so started the Firecracker Press out of that, really. It's a perfect, what we do is called letterpress printing, and it's a perfect combination of graphic design in a very modern sense and practices of printmaking and other kinds of hands-on activity from hundreds of years ago. So it's a good mix for me.
So have you been in the current location since the beginning on Cherokee?
No, we've been on Cherokee since 2008 or so. Cherokee was our third location at the time we moved in there, and we'd been in two prior locations, just as studio spaces, nondescript places around town, just a place to make things. And we purchased the building on Cherokee Street as a way to have a storefront operation as well. So not just behind the scenes making of things, but people can walk in, see through the windows,
purchase,
buy stuff,
stationery,
right,
that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
right from the retail front there.
Okay, neat. Okay, so tell me how, and maybe you just sort of answered the question, how the business has evolved over the years since 2002. So you obviously have added the retail.
In 2002, I bought a press and rented a space. I think my rent was $90 a month. I was down on Washington Avenue before everything happened on Washington Avenue, and it was me and one press. Shortly, we moved to the Southside, down off of Chippewa, where we were for almost 5 years. And we started out in a small corner there, and then sort of took on bigger and bigger chunks of the building.
And added people along the way.
And added staff members as well. And so we were growing on Chippewa. We wanted a storefront. The space on Cherokee came along. We renovated that space specifically for our studio. A lot of what we work on is very heavy equipment, so you have to have the right kind of floor and sort of the right logistics to have a print studio of our nature. And so we've been on Cherokees for 6 years, and we're expanding even further from there.
Yeah. So you have obviously gone from being a frustrated artist, wanting to kind of get your hands dirty and do some more design work and more original work. And have you stayed true to that objective, to that mission, or have you found that your job has had to change as you've grown and added staff and that kind of thing?
My job has definitely changed, but it's still very fulfilling. I still do everything a little bit, even from day one. As a small business owner, you're doing a little bit of everything, and that has not changed at all. As we bring staff on to help out and supplement in different places, they all have their roles in that mix too. But it's very fulfilling. I walk in one day and I'm designing a poster for somebody. I walk in the next day, we've got to get the taxes and the books all put together so that can get taken care of. I'm talking with clients. We're traveling places to acquire equipment. We're digging through old barns and people's basements to find old tools and things like that. So there's always an adventure, and it's always very fulfilling. I really do love it.
Yeah. So no thought of ever going back to the corporate world?
Oh no. I tell everybody I'll bag groceries before I go back to a traditional design job. Most definitely.
Right. Exactly. So, and you've got more expansion coming, and we're going to take a quick break in a minute, but we're going to talk about something new and exciting coming up in the Firecracker Press world in just a minute. Erica's going to stay with us, so don't change the channel. We'll be back with more Firecracker Press news after this break.